What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to another iRacing video. In this video we are in VR mode, as you can see, and we streamed this live on my channel yesterday. This is the Spec Racer Ford Challenge Cup in the SSA Spec Racer Ford, and I've been dying to do this race in VR since I found out about these cars, purely because of the nature of them and the open top of the car and the way the car actually handles. I really enjoy driving this car. I have done another video which you may have seen already, where I got my first win in iRacing. In this race in particular, didn't qualify very well. We started towards the back end of the grid and had to work our way up to through the pack. I actually really enjoyed this race as a whole. It threw up a few decent overtakes, a few little issues. I was struggling at first with my brake bias again, and I forgot to make a note the other day of the brake bias I run in this or on this track. But I managed to find between the qualifying and the race the brake bias that I'm comfortable with, and
just feels like you're there.
Got into the race, and as you can see, we jumped up a few positions already. Generally at the start of a lot of iRacing races, I found that a lot of people will sort of move out of the way and let some people go through, and then you can kind of build a little bit of momentum and then slowly start to pick off the cars in front of you. As we are, I think, sitting in around 8th position as it stands, and we're coming in to complete the first lap of the race. This track as a whole, with this car on it, I really think it's a great combination. It's not too fast a car, it's fairly good to handle. As we look like we're going to cut the inside, we got two people, whereas the number 12 car sort of has a little bit of a wobble. I followed the number 9 car through on the inside. Fairly simple overtake. That puts us up to 6th place, so we must have had, or 7th place, we must have had I thought I was going to say we must have had someone going to the pits, but
it's so good.
As I was saying, a great combination of cars and just really enjoyable to drive around this track. And I've found to really be fairly consistent in this car. I do have a few little issues, but nothing too crazy. If you notice that I'm moving my head a little bit and looking down or whatever, that's because there was a window for my string chat in the VR headset, so do ignore that. As we come down to the tight hairpin, and we are catching the cars in front of us, where we were sort of just pushing these cars along a little bit, and we knew we was a little bit faster as the number 9 car is a little bit of a wobble coming into that really tricky left-hander. I do struggle there myself sometimes with what gear I should drive in this car. As we are fairly close, and we just sort of racing our own race. I kept saying, I think during the stream, race your own race, Pete. Do what you got to do. So we are now trying to go up the inside of the number 9 car coming straight, as he cut straight across me. I think that was probably just closed the door on me. I did say on stream that was a little bit naughty, but to be honest, there was no real overtaking opportunity for me there. One thing I really like about iRacing is we just noticed in the wing mirror we have got a car up the inside of us. Will he dive or no? He's not going to dive. One of the things I do love about iRacing is we see there's a number, I'm not sure what car that was, but we got another spinner in front of us. The racing etiquette is pretty good most of the time. You do have an odd occasion where someone does clip you or take you out. Not intentionally. A lot of the time they just try and make an overtake. They're not necessarily there, and it ends up being a racing accident. As you will see in a little bit, I had one of them myself. As we get a little bit wobbly coming into turn 4, going up the hill, we had a few moments like that throughout this race where we just got a little bit sideways, trying to push the car in front of us. It is overall, it's just such an enjoyable game to play, and in VR, when you play the VR mode in a car like this, it's even better because you've got such a wide field of view. It makes you feel like you're there in the car, and the way that my rig is set up, I feel like as we got the number 9 car has just got off the track, and I think I said I was sort of putting a bit of pressure on him to stay with the pack. As I say, gives you that sort of feeling with the rig set up properly. It feels like you're actually there. Your hands are in a similar position as you're in the car, and your feet and so forth. So well worth giving iRacing VR, sorry, a little go. What when you if you have got a VR headset. As we are coming round to complete lap 3, and so far we've had a lot of action, and we've gone up 10 places so far. We are down the main straight onto lap 4, come round the first bend, and I think we lose another player here as he gets a little bit wide, goes straight across the track and just spin them wheels, and that's something that happens so easily in this game. Just touch that grass and the next thing you know you're away and you're spinning. So that has now put us up to 4th place as we skip forward to lap 6, and we slowly were catching the 2nd place car in front of us.
I think we're going to be playing a bit of cat and mouse to be in the second
at the time. We just keep enough pressure and slowly catching.
First to an extent.
He will probably make a mistake, and that's what happens in this game.
Appreciate it. I cannot see my Facebook notifications or chat at the minute.
These guys do make
appreciate
little mistakes, and I'm
some reason
prone
it's
for it
frozen on the
myself,
screen,
as you'll see in a moment. As we come around this tricky little left-hander again, downhill, a little bit of offset camber as well.
We're gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 2.8
6 or
seconds.
7. Into a little complex area. The thing I like about this track is just little tight complexes. As we come into the last couple of bends of the lap, and there we go. Look, another second place person has just made a little tiny mistake, and unfortunately for him, has allowed me to go through and take second. And up to this point, we've had some really consistent driving, and
pushing a bit too hard there, that guy.
Maintaining that around the 1:45 average lap speed with a couple of 1:43s and 1:44s in there. As we fast forward to lap 8, where I had
What the hell?
bit of a mistake, and I'm really not sure what I was doing and what I was up to.
Don't know where he's going.
As the 3rd place man comes around, gets a little bit wide, and he ends up having a little bit of a spin. I then get myself back round, and we have a little coming together. Not sure what was going on.
Sorry, mate.
It was getting late as well, and I'll blame it on that. But shouldn't have probably come together. I did feel a bit bad as we push on. And,
I don't even know how I spun there.
Our 2nd place.
I really,
in the race. Fast forwarding now to come into lap 13, and what we will see is that over the sort of laps between 8 to 13, the gap held at a sort of a roughly a 4-second gap. But as we got into sort of the last few laps, the guy in 3rd just seemed to come out of nowhere, and he appeared right behind me. At one point, or I think even now, he's below 1 second.
On me.
And was starting to really push me around the track. I was getting a little bit nervous. And what I will do now is allow my actual stream commentary to take over and take you through the last few laps. And then you have to apologise. I have to apologise now for the
2 seconds
and the spluttering, as I've not been feeling the greatest, but still wanted to race. But if you like these sort of videos, guys, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share button, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the last 2 laps of me being pushed along by the 3rd place man.
Medeiros is closing you down. The gap has come down to 1.8 seconds.
I don't see how he's got so much more speed than me on these. Man, we got
2 to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium. That lap was a 1:44.0.
Fair play to him, he's closed me down massively. He must have put in some blinders of laps. Just hope he doesn't make like a crazy move. Oh, he slipped back a bit there. Race my own race. Race your own race. One more lap. One more lap. I've just got to keep it tidy.
All right, Pete, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium.
He's 1 second. I just can't see how he's gaining so much time on me in that area. I don't know if I'm just braking too early. He's braking later, 100%.
Push, 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 or we'll lose this place.
I can see him in the mirrors. He spun. Hey! He was trying
There's
too
an
hard.
incident in Hobbs. Looks like it's Medeiros.
Ooh. Second place, I'll take that. I will take that. Get in there. Yeah.
Great drive, that's a podium.